very often.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have this section on our website that is creative retreats. And there's different things, events, places, locations that we go. So Italy is one that we've done for several years now. We go back to the same place. We go to this fabulous medieval village, and it is called Ischia di Castro. Did I say that right?
Ischia.
Ischia. See, language is not my thing either. Technology languages. Okay. So we go, and we work with Lewis of Italian Cultural Tours, and Liz and I, and Kyle went this time as our gopher. I think he ran stairs and mountains and hills quite a bit. It was good for him. And
no comment.
No comment. So we go to this place, and what is so different about some of that going to Italy than going to Indonesia or India with me is that we actually have an opportunity to create art. So we have a studio that's wonderful. It's right on the square. Liz and I did do a Facebook Live from the location and showed you a little bit about that it is in a square of a medieval village, which medieval villages are always built on top of the hills because they were easier to defend. So just think about getting to the top of the hill. That's all I say. Is studio, we have coffee in the morning. You know, Italian breakfasts are, you know, croissant and an espresso at a bar standing up. And then, you know, you have the village there. There's little grocery stores. This little grocery store has fresh fruit. This one has meat. This one, you know, so there's different things. There's a restaurant, one restaurant in the village, and we go to other villages in the evenings to have multiple meals. So you are really in the culture, in the community of this small medieval village. We have apartments that are rented for you to be in. So you have a kitchen. If you need more than a croissant for breakfast, you have a kitchen you could cook. Or you want to make something more for lunch or whatever, you got opportunities to do things there. We plan studio time, and then we plan a tour. There are two places that we go that we've gone every year that are really pretty unique. Sacred Forest is one, and it's beautiful, humongous, large carved stones, and then the Tarot Garden. So there's all appropriate names for this in Italian that, as I say, I'm not so good at that. So there's a mixture of art and a mixture of touring. We have an off day, meaning that it's a free day. You get to do whatever you want. You get to eat whatever you want. And it's usually Wednesday because they have a market in the little village. You have people who drive from village to village, set up market. There's vegetables, there's fruit, there's clothes, there's trinkets, there's different things just there in the village. So Wednesday is an open studio day, an open day. If you want to sleep all day, you can do that. You want to go take a hike, whatever. You make those choices for yourself. So that is, it's kind of a mixture, but it's a very different experience being in a medieval village. The walls are made of stone. You don't get very good cell service. You don't get Wi-Fi. Please be aware that you are really focusing on yourself, and it's a restorative week, and you don't have all of these things coming.
Bring a book.
Bring a book.
Or two.
Just look out the window. Bring a meditation. Bring whatever. There is Wi-Fi up at the studio, so you will see me there checking in to make sure everything's okay back in the States, but you do have a way of uploading great pictures from where you've been the day before, and that's up at the studio. There is, as I said, a lot of walking. And if you think you got out of the stairs, sometimes you can open the door to your apartment and there's stairs to get up to the second floor bedrooms. So it's a little more strenuous than, say, going to India or Indonesia, where they bus us around a lot. So I just want to make sure everybody has that. I'm going to show you a little bit about the art that we do while we're there. As I said, it's Liz Kettle, she is owner of Textile Evolution, and myself. So you get two fabulous mixed media fabric teachers with you to spend the week. And it is 8 days next year. It will be September 7th through 8 days.
The 15th.
15th, okay. So that is the dates. We are running one retreat. There are 14 spots, and we will have a cutoff of March 30th, meaning that deposit needs to be made, name needs to be registered, passport to Lewis, who takes care of that for us. And so the end of March is the do or die date. So just so you're aware, this is how we're operating. Any questions so far?
Nope. Mom says good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Mom.
Christine says red is your color.
Yes, it is my color. Thank you, Christine. All right. So let me show you a little bit. And I have to say, mine's not done yet. We do have a Facebook group that is from our Italian Culturals tour that if you ask us to join it, we can look at that and add you to that Facebook list. And you can see what previous groups have done and created. They post their artwork, they have questions, they tell you, oh, I went this place, it was really great. So anyway, so that's there too. So one of the things that we spend a day doing is that we work with artistic artifacts, paint. We work with rubbing plates, stamping from nature, thermofax screens, and we just have fodder. So this is some of the examples of what can occur. And this we print on cotton. This one is on linen. This one is linen and linen. These are rubbing plates. These are leaves we picked. This is some organza. That's here. And these are all printed with a gel press plate, a mono plate. This is a thermofax screen on a print. This is block printed, stenciled, thermofaxed on that one. So you creating some bits and pieces that you can use in your fabric journal. We have everything over there. You do not need to bring a gel press paint or any of that. It's all there. So we make fodder. One whole day of painting and fodder. Well, it's not a whole day. It's usually 3 to 4 hours. We spend in the studio and then we'll go visit someplace. So that's there. That was one day. Then another day is we take the fodder that we've created and we do some weaving with them. So this is a piece that's woven in Italian colors. What did we see? So this is the hills. Here we stitched them. This is another pattern that we saw all the way. This is, some travel stuff. And then for me, I just love to do the stitching when I get the time. There are crosses. There are shrines to Mary everywhere. So you're to work on it as you're moving through the town and the villages. So this was one. This was my first one. Papers, you know, you can use paper in there. So this is all woven fabrics. And then this one here is another one. We have some new products that came from India. This is comes on a roll. There's some silk that comes. So we bring all of that. All of the materials are for you. If you have a special needle, you have a special pair of scissors, pack them in your suitcase, check them, and bring them with you if you want. But we seriously have everything there for you. You do not have to pack.
No, don't bring your own scissors.
No, because they'll take them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't bring scissors.
Yeah. Tell that
unless you put them in your case that you're checking. Not everybody has the same standard of scissors. How long it is.
Tell them how big what they told you big scissors were.
Oh, they kept saying, we can't find the big scissors. We can't find the big scissors. I'm like, there's no big scissors in there. So the scissors were Havels. They were this long. The points were this long. That was not okay. Points this long was okay.
It's not even scissors. That's nail clippers.
For the dog, yes, it is. Oh, anyway, you can't argue with them. They're not letting you get on the plane until they find the big scissors. So, yeah, that was a close call. That was a close call. All right, so that's part of what we do. Then, I guess let's go. I'll show you kind of my book. I have been known to go off the reservation. There's probably no surprise. Has Liz joined us? No, I guess it's too early for Liz.
Yeah, she's not.
She's not there. I should have told her to join us. So, because she would be laughing, because I do always go off the reservation. So, these are what were supposed to be pages in a book. And I hadn't assembled them right. So I took them to Italy. You know, Liz and Kyle got there a couple days early because we had to set the apartments up for you in the studio and get our ducks in a row. So I pulled these out that I had done, and I showed them to Liz, and I said, I'm confused. I don't know how to put the book together. So it's pretty normal for me to teach a class and then go the opposite direction. So she looks at it, and she tries to assemble it and looks at it, and she looks up at me, she goes, you can't make a book. I'm like, oh, all right, what do I do? I look at her and I said, can we make a banner? She says, yes, you can make a banner. So that's how this came to pass. It's a banner. And it's really not even done. I think I just misdiffused it down there. But again, it's some things like this is a rubbing. So in the middle of the plaza is a statue of Mary, and this is and so we did a rubbing, and then I stitched over it. We have rusting things that are there, so we rust some fabric. There's some Thermofax screens that are olives and leaves, so there's that. Liz is there, so we do some stitch meditations. Some days work better than others. Then one of the places we tour is called the Tarot Garden. So if you Google that, the Tarot Garden, it is these very fabulous, huge mosaic pieces by the artist Nikki. And so this is just prints on fabric that I did once I got home. And you can see how, there's always some hand stitching on there because it's portable. We can take the hand stitching with us when we go on the bus to go to someplace else. This is Juana, made that for me, who is an Argentinian Italian, married an Italian, lives in the village and comes. She's a fiber artist. We love having her with us.
For the Tarot Garden, if anyone knows who Gaudi is, from Spain, mainly in Barcelona, there's a heavy influence. It's very much the same style.
Yes. Okay. No, that was a good ad. Again, these are some rubbings that are just textures from the walkways, and I hand stitched over them. This is a magic way to draw, which Liz taught us, and this is from an island. We're not able to go back to the island at the moment, which is really sad because the island was very cool. It had been closed for centuries. They opened it. We got lucky one year and were able to go tour it, but this year it was not open. This is, again, another rubbing. So we're in an area that was run by the Farnese family, and the fleur-de-lis was their sign. So Farnese, if you want to look for any additional information about that, that's where who held the town. And Farnese was a pope, I think, at one point in time. This was a thermofax that I used as a pattern to stitch. So these are olives with some hand stitching. We bring indigo, we bring hand-dyed items, we bring hand-woven. So again, all of these fabrics are there for you. You do not have to bring anything. This one I went off the reservation. We called these broccolini trees, but they're actually umbrella pines. And so this is printed on organza, extravaganza from jacquard, and I did some hand stitching. We don't have the ability to print too many pictures over there, and actually our printer croaked and we didn't have time to fix it. So these are things that you do when you get home. You add these pictures and tarot garden. And then we went to Orvieto, and Orvieto has a fabulously beautiful church. We learn about the history behind it and how it happened. We have tour guides. It's really awesome, and that is wonderful there too. So that was my first attempt at a book. All right. Are there any questions so far?
Nope. No questions.
No questions?
Some comments.
Okay. People are there, right?
Yeah.
They didn't leave me?
No.
Okay. All right. So I made another attempt at a book. And because it just, once you really get into making these pages, once I finally force myself to sit down and do something enjoyable, it kind of just flows. It just goes. So I think I'm going to have multiple books by the time I'm done. So this is a little closer to how it was assembled, but it's still not correct. Again, this is off the reservation. I printed these when I got home on extravaganza, and then I hand stitched. This is from the Sacred Forest. And this, somehow I haven't figured out how to work this in, but isn't that similar? Just reminds me of Botticelli. So, and this is that came from the organization about the Sacred Garden. So we have that, and we had a tour guide that was absolutely wonderful. This one, again, I worked on at home. This is a wash away paper transfer. So you can print it. I wanted to create the pathway into a window. And then this is some pictures from Villolante, some collaging that from the fabrics that we had. So Villolante is a beautiful Renaissance palace. To me, it's like a palace, but it's really pretty cool. So this is kind of an idea I'm trying to figure out how to execute, but I think I got it. And as you can see, nothing is stitched down yet. We do, we see so many mosaics in Italy. We thought, oh, we have to add a mosaic page. So Liz did a great job working on this last year and came up with a couple of patterns that we have to do mosaics with. Within the town, there is a woman, a husband and a wife that are mosaic artists. We missed them this year, but maybe we'll get them another year. Who they invited us into their home, and we saw these amazing mosaics all through their home. So we knew we had to do that. These are Juana brought us some fabrics, and this just reminded me of so much of the stonework that was done. A lot of Poseidon, Zeus, women, angels, so somehow I'm going to work that into it, and you can see I have some colors there. So I have things tucked in. These are some mosaics that were in the house. So we were able to take a lot of pictures, so that was in the house. Somehow that'll work together. Mosaics were unbelievable. And this is Stone Garden or Villa Lante. I can't remember. I think it's Stone Garden. I'm not sure. So this is a picture from Villa Lante. They have absolutely beautiful frescoes. We do this there. This is with water soluble also, so you get a chance to work with some pictures a little bit. When we can do it, we can. You can't, like we can't bring transfer artist paper. The electrical systems over there are much different than what we have. This is a fun little thing where you do some thread sketching. We do have one Bernina over there that allows us to do some thread sketching, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do this page or how it's going to work, but some hair with this and maybe this over here. I don't know. This is Sacred Forest, and this is another statue that I printed when I got home on Extravaganza and put a hand-dyed piece behind it and did some stitching. So and this is actually what they use. You can actually step up this, and it has acoustics that are very, very interesting. So we normally take a group picture, usually on those stairs. And then we do have wood blocks over there. So there is the ability to incorporate wood blocks on that first day when we're making all our fodder and working on that. So again, I kind of work on different pieces and then try to figure out how to put them together later. But it's very interesting to see participants have all gone home to finish their books, and they're all different. It's just really fantastic to see what they've done. And those people have posted on our Facebook page it's a closed group, and it's for the Artistic Artifacts Italian Cultural Tour. So that is there, and we can, if you request, we can let you into that to see what is going on. I think the rest of it, you got a pretty good chance. Tarot Garden is absolutely fantastic. Orvieto is fun. We definitely did shopping in Orvieto. You had some time to do that. The important thing is there is a link on our website that goes to retreats. So you can click on it to email Lewis. It's going to have a little form that pops up, and that you can request information about cost, deposit, but I do want to tell you that we will close March at the end of March. If it fills earlier than that, obviously we'll let you know, but that will be the cutoff date to the trip. All right. Any questions? Who's going with us next year? September 7th, it starts. We're looking for a few brave people, 14 of them to be exact. There are also tours next year. May is Indonesia and November is India, and those I think have 1 or 2 spots left in each of them, but they are almost full. All right.
Lots of wows.
Okay.
Lots of lakes.
All right. Well, Kyle and I have to get to the store today, and we're running a little bit late as it is. So I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you again for your grace. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being part of Artistic Artifacts community. We truly appreciate each one of you. So thank you again. We'll see you again.